Greetings everyone, it's Red Hunter and welcome to the start of a series that I've wanted to do for quite a while on my channel, and that is Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. We are at the character creation screen, where I've already customized the characters. I'm going to go through them with you. I've played a little bit of this game, but not a ton. A lot of it will be brand new to me. And I played enough to know a little bit about how a few things work. So we'll be exploring the game together. I won't be min-maxing characters. Please don't ask me to. I'm not playing on Tactician difficulty. I don't see a reason for that. I'm playing on Classic, I believe. Whatever normal is. Alright, so my characters. We have Quizna, the wizard. She's got no AI because she's my main and she's female. We're gonna change her role. That's fine. She's got +3 intelligence, and plus speed, because speed affects the action points you gain per turn. Also your initiative. More speed is better. It's secondary to intelligence. My abilities are +1 in witchcraft, +1 in willpower, +1 in hydro, which is water. This is air. And then Lore Master helps you to identify things, which is important. Starting skills with teleportation. Teleportation is huge for changing the battlefield. So things you can do with teleportation. It says you throw an item or character up high and drop it to the ground, dealing 14 to 17 crushing damage. Also, outside of combat, you can teleport across gaps, which is super important. I believe you can teleport across gaps. If not, you get an item pretty early into the game that lets you teleport pretty easily. You can teleport characters, I'm pretty sure, like in your party across gaps. But in combat, besides the fact that it throws people up and sends them crashing down, you can throw characters in. You can throw enemies into other enemies. You can throw enemies into environmental effects like fire, and so forth, poison. And you not only that, for when you have warriors, you can throw an enemy in the range of your warrior so that your warrior doesn't have to move to attack them. Freezing touch freezes things. That's pretty self-explanatory. And regeneration is regeneration. It heals. Healing's super important. I know I've said that in my Dragon Age Origins games. It's equally as important, but not, in my opinion, as broken. It's a lot more balanced. You can use the environment in this game. We'll get into that. Alright? And then we have her customization. And then we have Wolfstein, the ranger. He gets +3 dexterity, +2 speed for the same reason. Dexterity is his main thing. He gets expert marksman 2, bow 2. One thing I think I'm going to flip is we're going to do expert marksman 1 and bow 2, because we're not going to be able to pick up the second tier expert marksman skills for a little while, I'm pretty sure. So that's going to be one change I make. Increasing bow damage. Which boosts damage by 20%. His starting skills, oh yes, I gotta talk about talents. Her talents are Far Out Man, which increases the range of her skills, and All Skilled Up, which gives her +1 to intelligence, at the cost of everyone disliking you 20% more. His skills are Pet Pal, which enables you to attack animals. You need to have Pet Pal as one of your main things if you want to complete a lot of the side quests. Arrow Recovery gives us chances to recruit recover a special area after shooting it. Alright. First aid cures bleeding, crippled, and diseased. Heals target for 10%. Ricochet is a stance, as a ability. Fires a normal arrow that deals 15 to 23 piercing damage, and flips off of the next target up to 4 times. This thing is great for crowd control. And range power stance and improves damage with the bow at the cost of precision. That's why I have high dex. So your chance to hit is minus 20%, but your damage is plus 20. But since I have high dex, it's not as important. And he's going to be loyal. You can change your AI personality. I could make it no AI, so I control him. But I think I can make it random: knight, rascal, maniac, judge, priest, free spirit, or no AI. Each of these things do different things, but we're going to make him loyal. He's got the warrior's voice, and then a few other things. Alright, I think we've talked enough. Are you done with the character creation for your characters? These are your 2 main ones. These 2 always stay with you. Like in Dragon Age, you can have up to 4 at a time, and we'll be able to recruit some other ones.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlong and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
This game is freaking amazing. I absolutely recommend it to everybody.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off in the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
I'm gonna put on subtitles. I apologize for not doing that. So cursor turns orange when you hover over an item. That item belongs to somebody else. Doesn't matter, you can steal it anyway. Let's go to options, audio, video, oops, it is in Explorer mode, but Show subtitles. I clicked on the wrong difficulty, it looks like. Oops, sorry about that. Well, show tutorial boxes, yeah. Combat highlights. Non-tactical highlights. Okay. Apply. Let's resume. So you move by moving your mouse. And then we're saving.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that will strike with neither warning nor mercy.
And here there's your dialogue, your combat, all that stuff in the corner. We're gonna go this way.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you
We're gonna
expect
pick
it to have an entourage?
You can click on an item by picking it up. That came out completely wrong. You can pick up an item by clicking on it with your left mouse button. Let's see if there's anything in these crates. There is. So let's take all. So you can see now the wooden crates are empty. We passed the body. Oops. My bad. Click on this body to get the Traveler's Journal. And then click on your character, your inventory, also the Traveler's Journal. Right click on it and click Read. Rejoice, for the statues have granted my wish. Their whimsical nature, however, must not be taken lightly. So before I soar through the sky like an eagle, I shall attempt a mere hop from the cliffs down at the beach. This should be no small feat for a man that can fly. If this experiment is successful, the sun shall be my next target. Okay, Icarus. When this icon happens, this means that you have to talk to somebody.
The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues, of all things.
Pure madness. How could someone be so utterly naive?
Agreed. Call me skeptical, but a little proof goes a long way for the rational mind.
Alright, we both picked up pragmatic, and you're like, whoa. What does that mean? Well, when you go, and you look at her, where is it? Traits. So, pragmatic. Pragmatic means that your crafting is increased by 1. Whereas romantic means that you Lucky Charms is increased by 1. Keep in mind that, and if you, if it's it has to be unbalanced. Right now it's unbalanced towards pragmatic. If it's totally balanced, then you get neither. So don't lean, don't take the middle road. Lean one way or the other. Obviously, romantic is better. Lucky Charms increases treasure and offensive rating. Chromatic, which is fine, but let's keep going. Let us hold on. Let me move the mouse. Make sure that there's nothing over here. There's not, besides a few shells. Excuse me. I told you to move. Alright.
source hunters? How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Punch.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
And combat begins immediately. Now, combat has action points. You can see the different things for action points. You can also see, so you can see action points, right? He will take, you can see that I have, I have 8 action points, and right now I have a 99% chance to hit. Whereas, we're gonna do the range. Now we have a 79% chance to hit, but we're gonna ricochet and do him.
One mark is fine.
And you can see that. Whoa! It killed them all. Wow. Okay.
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside?
Alright, let's talk to him.
Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
Well, we can't turn away from such an odious show of the source. Let's investigate the tomb and see what answers it might reveal. This is a tutorial dungeon.
Indeed. For all we know, these dark-dealing thieves may be involved with Councillor Dick's murder.
Right, independent, let's see what that gives us. So go to inventory, go over to traits. Independent gives us willpower increased by 1, and obedience gives us so independent gives you immediate willpower, and obedient gives you willpower bonus whenever leadership is in sight. So you definitely want independent. So if you're playing along at home and watching, you want to pick the option that gives you romantic and independent, in my opinion. This is a tutorial dungeon right here. Let's use. You do not have to explore this entire dungeon. You can skip this dungeon entirely, actually, and it doesn't. You don't miss anything, really. There's nothing in these things.
This seems to be broken.
You can pick this lock, but you can also attack it. And find what? There's nothing in it? Okay. This dungeon's very much a tutorial for combat and movement and everything. There's a bunch of wooden crates, but they do give you a few things. Nope. These barrels. Sure. Sure. It's a bunch of stuff that, you know, it's kind of like Big Whoop. 9-Inch Nails, yes, nice reference to the band. So you can pick up boxes and move them by clicking on them, assuming you have the right strength. And this will let you continue onward.
Careful, there's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's
Now,
kept here.
there's a couple ways you can deal with mine. If you had a character like a rogue that could disarm it, you could do that. You could stand back and hit it with something, attack it, and you do that by attacking it, clicking on it and attacking it. But you can also pick this up and put it on the mine, covering it up, which you can see will set it off. So you want to stand back further than I did. Standing back might be a good idea. See if we can navigate through this without being set on fire, which we can be. This stuff can be useful in combat. I'm not going to go through this entire dungeon. I just want to show you guys the very basics. There's really very little in this. No, okay. You attack. Keep attacking. Keep attacking. How? Attack with a freezing touch. Oops. Let's teleport this bench. Let's examine it. It's still got a lot of HP. It would take forever to do this. I'm not gonna bother. You also see that you do not heal automatically.
I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
Let's check with this old parchment. You can also see that you don't heal automatically. Let's read. Tend the graves in the antechamber before moving into the inner room. To proceed, stand very close to the press door and press the button. It appears on the right hand side. Yeah. Anyway, this is just to teach you the mechanics of the game. I'm going to teach you guys the mechanics of the game as we go along. I really have no interest in doing this entire dungeon. There's nothing here of real value. You guys, I recommend it for first-time players, but we're not first-time player. Well, I'm not a first-time player anyway. Yes, access the optional tutorial area by pressing the dungeon. Now here, somewhere over here, is a waypoint, which we'll talk about in a minute. Alright, so we just gained 30 XP. Why? This is what is called as a waypoint shrine. Waypoint shrines are quick travel points. They let you travel between waypoints. Pick up this shovel here. You're going to need it. Open these wooden crates. Find probably nothing. But pick up a shell. Keep continuing along this path until you get to over here, I believe. Sit over here. Pick up this shell. You can sell this stuff. We just got 30 XP for you want to talk to this jolly thing.
Look! A wanderer comes my way, walking the sands upon which this poor shell must suffer.
Who are you, Sir Shell?
For me, Ishmael, son of the sea, an outcast upon these wretched shores. An exiled shell, doomed to live under a canopy of arid sky, not his native, tender water.
It seems strange that you can talk.
Of course I can talk. There's more tongue to me than heart. Indeed, the surprise should be mine, for I still remember the days when your kind swung from branches and plucked the vermin out of their neighbor's fur.
You don't seem to remember the past very fondly.
Time is an indulgent mistress to one who spends happy hours as she passes. But when your existence is one of misery, she becomes a lethargic hobby. Oh, I remember ancient times, for I have lain here since antiquity, when the ruins around us were palaces, and the sun-bleached dead had children. All this I see, alive, alone.
You said that you were doomed.
My fate is a cruel one, I assure you. How many snot-noses have held me up against their dirty little ears, only to claim they can hear the ocean? Of course they can hear her, the brats. We are on the very edge of the great aquatic mother, whose embrace I so desperately long for.
So it's sea's embrace you long for.
Yes, I am making a pearl to repose upon his hollow throne. Give me the water.
I should decide what to do with you. Continue. Kindness is its own reward, and then there's promise of treasure to boot. A storm into the sea.
It's its own reward. And then there's the promise of treasure to boot. Let's throw him into the sea.
Agree, let's send him home.
Agree. Let us send him home.
Alright. What's in this chest? Okay. What's equipped? And then collect the gold. Alright. Yeah, so you may notice you don't heal automatically, but we give ourselves first aid, and then we can give ourselves regeneration. And we'll give him regeneration as well. He's going to need to be at full health pretty soon. Alright. Let's continue to move.
A stitch in time, eh, friends?
Let's continue along here. There is nothing of note over here. You can go further. But there's like nothing of note over here. Alright, let's save. Yeah. Sure, we'll overwrite that. This is a Master Resurrection scroll. This is a. We should also have a rain scroll somewhere here. Inventory. Don't one of you have a rain scroll? You should have a rain scroll.
This is a single malt, imported all the way from Hawkesbury.
That's weird.
It ain't the local pig swill they sell for ale.
Single malt? My stumpy arse. You've been out
Alright,
by one
so
of those smooth-talking salesmen again. Come, give here
you can
before I sober up.
you can examine people, but you can talk to them.
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
You should pick this up too. But before you do anything with them, go ahead and trade. Everyone, all of your, so you put this over here. Your character with the higher bartering skill should do the trading. How much gold do I get? 4? So you see it's balanced 4 and 4. 5. You don't have enough to let us sell you some arrow shafts as well. And some orange juice and some food. Do not sell these backpacks. Let's go ahead and add gold to balance. Let's make sure she doesn't have anything to sell. She doesn't. Alright. That's fine. Continue.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Got a single orb in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue with you bibbiers. Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Sightseal.
Who are you?
We're legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs, for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We of the Legion, liberators of Rivalon.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down with you, bibbiers.
Seems you've been enjoying a drink or two.
Ever cat the watch? Still on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon, buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. I do declare it's time for this hunter to take another shot. Huzzah!
So you're a liberator, you say?
A noble word for watchdog, that. But that is what we do. Watch over the local dogs that ever so often aim for one another's throat, and separate them to keep the peace. Separate by the sword, that is.
Alright.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay. Legion's motto.
Just put a sock in it, will you, bibbiers?
We're here on Source Hunter's business, hero orders.
So, you're source hunters, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a 2-bedroom birdcage. They don't prove a thing.
Okay.
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one. Yeah, he'll squeeze the truth out of you, one way or another.
Alright. I don't need an escort, especially not a drunken one. Back off or face
And
me.
face me too. You two are a disgrace to your uniforms.
You defy the Legion, will you? The punishment for that offence is death.
Alright. So why fight them? You can agree to have them escort you. So why even bother to fight them, right? Well, you know the stuff we just sold to them?
Pickle arrow.
Alright. Let us show you off. Let us show off teleportation. Look at that. See, they both hurt each other. And then we're gonna back off. Ow. Alright. Blocked. Not enough action points. Okay, we're gonna step back 1 second. Pass our turn. You're gonna get frozen. Not enough action points to attack. Okay. How about hitting him for 3. Alright, so he's dead. And here's his stuff. And we're gonna step forward. Missed. Alright. So let's regenerate ourselves and talk to him.
Well, there we have it. 2 dead legionnaires.
They deserved it, the Cretans.
Right you are. I'll not shed tears for the likes of them.
Alright, so we've got Heartless. I'm going to take the gold, the shells, the ham, the herring, this book. Is there anything in this barrel? Yeah. I'm going to take all that as well. Double check that there's nothing over here, even though I don't think that there is. I mean, there's some barrels, which have some tree trunks in them. Alright. At the bridge. So yeah, if you want experience and you want your stuff back, go ahead and sell your stuff, what you collected so far, what little. Or Shepherd's Axe too, we'll take that. Go ahead and sell your stuff to them and then attack them. And you'll get your gold and kill them. And you'll get your gold back. This seems like a good place to stop the first episode though. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a like. It'll help the series get out on a strong note. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And leave me a comment down below. Maybe because I'm not super experienced with this game, feel free to give me tips and tricks that you picked up along the way. And I'll see you guys next time. Let me save here. Let's click on new save. Accept. And I'll see you guys next time. Sorry. Red Hunter out.